If you had plans tonight, you might want to take a rain check. Doomsday prophets have, yet again, revised their calculations about when the world will end to claim there is a strong likelihood the rapture will hit at some point today, October 7, 2015. This is based on the belief that God has been punishing the world since the first proposed rapture date on May 11, 2011, and this punishment is due to end 1,600 days later. Harold Camping and the original date of the rapture. Harold Camping was an American Christian radio broadcaster who is famed with predicting Jesus Christ would return to Earth on May 21, 2011. He said that on this date, the saved would be taken to heaven in the rapture, while the unsaved would remain on earth and be killed by brimstone and plagues as referenced in the Bible. The basis for these claims was said to be Bible passages that suggested God would start his judgment of the churches for 8,400 days, or 23 years, starting May 21, 1998. When this day went by without a hitch, Mr. Camping said the original date was the day God would choose the saved, but the world would actually end 5 months later on October 21, 2011. This was also proved incorrect, at which point Mr. Camping reportedly admitted that attempting to predict the end of the world had been sinful. In March 2012, he quoted Matthew 24:36, which reads, "Of that day and hour knoweth no man," and said at the time he would study the Bible for greater understanding. Why do some people think the world will end today? The E-Bible Fellowship explained that many believed May 21, 2011 would be the end of the world, but this was only the date his spiritual judgment on the world began. To determine how long this judgment would last, the fellowship quote Revelation 14, which reads, "The angel thrust in his sickle into the earth, and gathered the vine of the earth, and cast it into the winepress of the wrath of God. And the winepress was trodden without the city, and blood came out of the winepress, even unto the horse bridles, by the space of 1,600 furlongs." The fellowship claimed this reference to 1,600 furlongs refers to 1,600 days because although furlongs relate to distance rather than time, God consistently speaks in parables. The lunar tetrad and the end of the world. The total lunar eclipse that took place late on 26 of September was also linked to the end of the world. It marked what is known as a lunar tetrad in which 4 total lunar eclipses happen consecutively. Before the September eclipse, the previous blood moon occurred over Easter. The tetrad is believed to mark the beginning of significant events, even the end of the world, in some religions. In particular, some Christians are concerned that the celestial event could mark the start of terrible events, based on a passage from the Bible that says, "The sun shall be turned into darkness, and the moon into blood, before the great and the terrible day of the Lord comes."